Hello, Oldboy here with Fortnite. As per request, we're gonna start playing on the maximum settings, which is epic, and you will see as usual how ridiculous it is to play on the maximum settings, because you do not get anything better visually than next setting below, which is high on Fortnite. On the epic setting at 4K I get below 60 FPS, and when you just move it to high setting you almost get a double FPS without losing anything important visually wise. So like I always say, there really isn't no point playing the game regardless of how strong is your setup, how strong is your graphic card. Playing on the most high setting that the game gives you really doesn't give you any visual benefit that you will see while playing. You can see the benefit when you take a video, pause it, and then you zoom in, and you will see the distance or signs or texture on the building. When you zoom really close, you will see the difference between maximum setting and the next lower setting. That's why when you actually play the game, always use your settings below maximum, or if you're using the maximum settings, try to tweak as much as stuff that you can that you don't really need in the game, or if you do not prefer it, like motion blur or depth of field effects, stuff like that. So as you can see, when we start playing on when you have an overview of the map, it dips below 50 FPS, which is really unacceptable for a fast-paced first-person shooter that's PvP based. And when I land and when I play the game, I get around 50 FPS average, so it really doesn't make any sense to play if you want to have a good result, kill death ratio wise. So when I will play on the epic settings, and then till the end of the video I will switch to high setting, and you will see how the FPS just jumps almost double, around 110-120 FPS steady. So like I say, I always try to tell you that you should not play on a maximum setting that the game gives you if you do not understand the visual settings or the GPU settings, textures, stuff like that, anisotropic filtering, anti-aliasing and all that mama jama. You should just put your settings to first one, which is lowest. On when you get the maximum, you just one notch below that and you should be fine. You will get the best optimum visual and of course a high FPS. Of course it also depends on what graphic card you have. If you have some very low end graphic card, you will have to play on what your graphic card is able to render. For competitive PvP, 99% of competitive PvPers always play on the lowest possible setting. They just turn off everything, because that's when you get the best FPS, and that's when you get the best input lag, lowest input lag, latency and all that stuff. You can use NVIDIA boost and monitor boost if you have monitor that boosts your input lag and your latency, mouse latency and stuff like that. But in general, always play on your most optimum setting that your graphic card can handle. As you can see, the RTX 3070 on 4K can't handle the Fortnite, which is really not that demanding game, but as you can see, the FPS is just terrible, and when I switch to high setting, you will see the FPS will double. So here it is. Enjoy the gameplay and see you in the next one. Bye bye.